I have been doing this for a total of 41 years now. It is rare that you can discover something that fits you, you know, that you can be you. And it's, you know, there's no trying to do it. It's this in your heart. This area here, it used to be just a street. Back in the 80s, the park planner, Deborah Lerner, they were going to turn this into all grass. And I convinced them to not do that, to make it an area where people can roller skate. And it is an official recognition of roller skating by the city and county of San Francisco. This is a pandemic-born event tonight. It's not really an event. It's kind of if you're in the know. And this is an example of what I think should be in every city.
I've been coming here for like maybe 12 years now, and I love it. It's the best place for me to be. Since the pandemic hit, there has been a huge influx of new roller skaters, people who've never skated before, or who are just getting back into skating after so many years.
I found this place in 1999 and have been back ever since. So at first, people were still kind of getting out, but then when it went to the strict shelter in place, then hardly anybody was getting out. I was staying home. You know, if people came, it was like just one or two people. And then slowly, it's kind of, you know, since June, it's kind of lifted, things have lifted, and more people have been coming out. And, you know, we just try to make sure everybody's wearing the mask and, you know, staying a little ways away.
I think that is superb. I'm just tickled that people are creative. The challenge is, for a number of people, it's hard to mobilize themselves. Even in COVID, it is useful to nurture social networks. And keep in mind, when you have experience of hopelessness or depression, it's much harder to do that. And that, I think, is the challenge. So we have the successful people, and they're great. They use this opportunity to master new skills. Health is taking a crisis, and it's an opportunity. You can really do that, and we know it's possible. At the same time, it's sometimes very challenging. So be generous to others.
I am from Oakland, lived in Sacramento for a little bit. All my family's out here. I skate maybe 3-4 times a week. When I'm skating, I definitely forget about a lot of things, but temporarily the problems seem to just kind of go in the back while I focus on my dance moves, or I'm focusing on just catching up with people too. My running joke with people is sometimes when I go to skate, you know, I don't even skate, I just socialize with skates on. Skating in San Francisco and skating in that community is very different from skating in the East Bay. So Oakland, it's a little more, I would say cool, but it's a little cooler, a little less cliche, right? I would almost compare it to like a family barbecue, like outside, you know, where everyone's kind of close knit. You know, this community's always existed, but I just kind of discovered it in COVID times too. I've been kind of witnessing firsthand how it's evolved. Without the rink being there, it's kind of like, what do we do now, right? So you have the older crowd called them the San Ramon Skaters. They made a Facebook group and invited all their friends, and you know, word got out. It was kind of like a word of mouth kind of thing. But they found this park just down the street here where they saw that the hoops were removed for the basketball courts, and they said, oh, this would be a perfect place to skate.